Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik again, and this is the Game War in the Pacific Advanced Edition. This is my PBEM match against Xargun. Here's the allied player and I'm Japan. Game version 26B on scenario 1, all very standard. And yeah, this is the last base at the Rabul area. So I took this small inland base. Now I'm sweeping the mines of Darwin after I was successful with my operations to unload my equipment with nearly no losses. Heavy battleships and heavy cruiser support silent all the enemy batteries. And here you can see now that I normally ask this unit to sail by, but for some reason they interact with this base force and there's a minefield. I don't know, I mean this is a amphibious assault group, so there's no reason why they won't even interact with them, but maybe there's a force. I don't know why. I really don't know why they react with this. Problem is now that my destroyer hit a mine and my cargo ship, empty cargo ship, hit also a mine. That is not so good. 1 AM, so I mean, aim is not really important, but I hit it at least. And if I remember right, this is the other PG had this is the second PG. The first PG I killed already. So the Swan always survive and the second ship in task force is dying. So night attack again with no hit. I mean 3 bombers are not really enough. Osaka Maru is dead. So the next cargo ship I lose. Some landing without enemy fire. Here is the Dutch Space Force. And here's the same. So time is running. I have only roughly 3.5 weeks left to more or less take all these bases in Dutch East Indies and whatever I want to take before the amphibious assault bonus will be over in April. Okay, first the mines in Batavia and Marek north of Batavia. Oh yeah, here's an enemy corvette. I think I saw this ship before, but I don't really have a Navy strike aircraft in range to take care of them. First sweeping but bendering. There was yesterday some Dutch buffaloes in training. Not so sure where they are now. And yesterday there was maybe also an issue with the weather, so my bombers stay on the ground. Today I can hit the Chinese and slow them down a little more before they retreat in the mountains. Bendering, have overcast. Still not too many hits on the ground, but no enemy fighters. And there's also a Chinese unit arriving in Henkau. I think this is a guy crossed the river some days ago and now he marched up here the highway and now bothers me here. But I will take care of this. And these are the ships I saw sailing west. So I send my carriers in this direction. I must return to Surabaya anyway, so why not sink some submarine tender? Always good to sink this kind of ships. And there's another task force north of Darwin. Not so sure if I'm on range for this. No, not good. And more dot bases. Yeah, yesterday the victory at Darwin, and today already the second battle for this retreating northern territory Australian army group, and there's no AV left, only a super little here. And they're retreating well. Still I had some disabled tanks, but disabled is not destroyed, so it's okay. And this was maybe now all of the attack value from the real fighting squads left, and they are all destroyed. So I would guess this is now working shells or dead men walking. Nothing more left in this Australian army. And this is the 88 Corps. It's also destroyed. Surrender. Okay, not. It means in 30 days, 1 month, I don't know exactly. They will respawn. Yeah. Some artillery fire. And my tanks trying to push a little bit. Yeah, this is his dot base, yeah. I think tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, maybe my division will arrive. So I was testing if my tanks, I think light tanks, can maybe achieve something, but no, it's really hard in this terrain. Bendering, still only bombardments. And this is this roadblock. I have here heavy guns. Maybe tomorrow I can attack. My army just arrived today. Kushing is again, but it's turning now. Yesterday I think the Allies was a little stronger than me. Today I am a little stronger. Casualties are still for Allies are higher, so maybe tomorrow. I take the base source of Batavia. Bombardments. More bombardments. And end of the turn. So a little carrier activity, but also and it's very small night bombardment. In New Zealand, there are not much more activity. No losses, no one, so everything's okay. This subtender, not the biggest subtender, but this is more or less nearly, doesn't matter. Subtender is a subtender, and if you have supplies in the base, then you can always load the tender, and then the tender will feed the submarines with torpedoes. For a faraway dot base with additional supplies, a small tender is maybe less useful. Okay, and the AM, not really the number one target, and I lost here one of my standard cargo ships. Unluckily with a mine, but yeah, can happen. Good. So my division will arrive. It's always a little 15, so I need 1, 2, 3 days before I can make a shock attack. Okay. My tanks, light and medium tanks try, but I lost one tank, so I must replace it. The block, I think I will tomorrow strike again. Then the highway is open, then I have much better supply flow to Xargun. I must also defeat this guy, but nothing really new here. My units arrived. So at least I have garrison now. But the main bulk of my venture army is still on the way. Okay. And Burma, I'm making pictures and see the situation, but I will make more pictures, let's say this, and monitor how is the British army forming up at the border to Burma, and they must cross the mountains here to attack me. By house rules, I cannot walk with my tire units to India. This is his enemy corvette, but I will build still up Port Blair. So I will bring in more equipment, construction equipment and all of the stuff to build up Port Blair as fast as possible, so that I have an airbase like Malta in the Mediterranean. Is also Port Blair very important for, here's a Bay of Bengal. I can much easier run torpedo bombers in this area without fear to run with cap fighters at Calcutta. But this is future. So Singapore, how fast I can attack again? Still disruption of 30. So I wait maybe 2 turns, then I must attack again. I won't really take this city. Java looks fine. I must only really take this last base and guns of Merrick. And if I remember correctly, these are the guns from Batavia. This is why they have guns, and they retreated to Merrick and not surrender. Because this is one unit, and this is heavy guns, or at least navy guns. So there was possible, and there's also mines. So, and at the end there was one more cargo ship of this. Is always the same type. One cargo ship was lost, and the other, my destroyer, fled to Batavia. So luckily I was just near to Batavia. So because I cannot really move one more hex with this kind of damage. This is a good destroyer. Hit the mine, and it's now out of action. But luckily I can really simply stand down this ship, fix all the system damage, and then transfer it to Surabaya in the shipyard and then fix it there. So could be worse. At cargo ship, I don't care too much. A destroyer is important. Every destroyer counts. I was able to sink here AS. Other ships are running west. yeah, west. Because here is nothing. I mean, I control Moresby. I think no surface ship can walk or sail here more. Maybe submarines, but nothing else. So the tanks were successful, kicking the Australian forces again, and so I continue this now. I can move 1 hex per day with tanks on the highway or main road. So, and the troops need at least 2 days, so I maybe will not catch everyone all the time, but I will always catch 1 or 2 guys because they're a little too slow. And I can walk down or drive down this road to, I don't know, Alice Springs, I think, is where Xargun can easily build a block force because he's a whale. 10 at Crete is, I don't know, maybe also possible. I don't know if he can rail his units and then walk here fast. But before his units and arrive here, I think I already kick him at least 3 times, maybe 4 times. Not sure what is left after 4 battles. Good. My submarines at Perth always find some ships, but they all are low value. Picking up here the bases, no navy detecting, all is fine. My second invasion fleet for New Zealand is on the way. Next turn I will go in position, and then the turn after this I will try to take this northern base. There's a base force, nothing really too strong, but I want to make sure that I take the base before I arrive in Auckland so that the units will not retreat this northern road, because I mean, clear is clear, but here it's getting a little more hard to battle. I also arrive in this hex and want a tick so that I can take on the block force, and then we will see how strong the enemy is. And anything else? No, not really. So I also took this last base. There's nothing. It's only an inland base, no port, so you cannot make a amphibious assault, and there's no road, so I not really like to walk there. I waited the flip. Because I took this base, I can normally pick up my unit now near, and yeah, I miss you 1 squad. Everything is okay. I still don't know where the enemy heavy units, the British battleships and battlecruisers, so Prince of Wales and Repulse are still on the map. American carriers, I was only able to damage, I don't know more, Enterprise or Lexington. So Xargun is waiting for sure, and there's also some upgrades in March, April coming, so if he's aggressive, he will strike now in March, or he wait and finish first all the upgrades and then maybe in May. But latest in May, I would guess that the Allies are striking back. And I have to maybe achieve a little more before I will hold my missions to conquer more, because at the end somewhere you must stop. Or with scenario 1 it's a little hard to defend all of this. Darwin I won't take, simply only that the Allies cannot use it, so that the Dutch East Indies is safe, relatively safe, no B-17 strikes or all of this. And New Zealand I want more or less take to shut down all shipping at the Pacific side of Australia. Means that maybe in the future there's much more traffic in the west side. And this is open sea, so no one have any advantages here. This is maybe in favor for Japan. Good, and see you next time. Take care, bye bye.